Welcome to a new session, and in this session we are going to see how to host a static website from within a S3 bucket. Alright. So for the purpose of this demonstration, we are going to use the same volume which we had, same S3 bucket which I had been using already. Alright, so I'm going to be using this test bucket 3 S3 vol-demo vol 1. And you can notice there the bucket and objects are not public. Okay. So the first step, as a first step, let's go and delete the bucket policy, because we set the bucket policy in the previous session. So let's delete that bucket policy. All right, good. And we see that the public access to be blocked is on, which means that none of the accesses should be there for this particular bucket. All right, let's go back here, and we see that there are 3 objects here. So I have already set up a couple of HTML files. All right, so one of them is the index.html file. Let's view that file. So let me open with the notepad here. Right, so this is a pretty simple file. It's got a title which says sample index file. It's a static web page from S3 bucket. I'll be attaching these files for your reference in the LMS, so from which you can pick it up there. So all I want to print is, this is a static web page from S3 bucket. Static web page works fine, and I just want to print the AWS logo there. So that's what I want to do here. All right, so this is the index.html file. And I have another file which is the error file, meaning if one of the pages does not exist, we want the S3 to show that there is a error. All right, so it is a wrong page. That is all it needs to just print. So it just needs to show that it's landed in error. All right, or let me change this to this page does not exist. All right. Okay, let me save this and let me exit out. So I have 2 pages here, which I need to upload. Let's go and upload them. So first, we've already deleted the permissions, so which means that we will not be having any problem uploading the objects. So I'm going to upload the object. I'm going to add files. So that would be the error file and the index file, right? So we want both of them. Okay, so they are both uploaded, and at the moment the permissions, ACLs, we have ACL access. We don't have any public access for this particular objects. We'll leave them as it is, SSC. Right, so let's go ahead and upload them. All right, so the upload was succeeded. Let's close this. Let's go back to the objects, and we can see the index.html and error.html file here. Okay, so we have the basic files which we need for setting up the website now. So how am I going to set up a static website? Let me go and click on the properties and scroll down to the last option. All right, so we have the static website hosting here. Click on edit and click on enable. So it's going to ask me whether I want to host a static website or just redirect request. I'm going to host a static website, and the index document is the index.html file, and the error document is the error.html file. Seems good to me. Let me go ahead and save the changes. Okay, so now that I've saved the changes, let's go down and see there. You should see that the static website hosting is enabled, bucket hosting, and I can see that there is a link which is associated and created with it. Let me try to access this link from outside world, and let's see what's happening there. Very well, we are getting a 403 forbidden. So this is what we expected. All right, so how am I going to get to fix this? Let's go back to the permissions. The first set of permissions that we need to set up is to ensure that it's got the public access. All right, so we have blocked all the public access. So let's go and edit it, and let's uncheck this one. And at the moment, let's not keep it granular. Let's just keep it all public accesses. We'll allow all public access to this particular bucket, and let me confirm that. Okay, so block all public access is off. Good. And now we have to set up a bucket policy also. All right, to set up the bucket policy, let me go and edit it. And let me edit out the template. And let me go to the policy generator. Within the policy generator, I'm going to create a S3 bucket policy. I want to allow all, and actions is I want to get an object here. All right, so I have to select the get object here. So let's scroll through the actions list, and that should be the get object. Good. And next I need to put in the ARN, which I can pick it up from here. Let me punch in the ARN and slash the key name, that's the important part here. And let me add statement. So what I'm doing is everybody has access to all the objects to get the objects within this particular bucket. So there are no conditions. Okay. And I'm going to generate the policy. Pretty simple, right? So I'll just copy the policy here. And I'm going to come back to the policy, edit bucket policy. I've put in the policy, so policy ID, version ID, the statement ID, what is the action is to get the object, allow all objects and everybody. All right, so let's go down, save the changes. So we've done 2 steps here. Please remember that. So now after doing both the steps, let's try to see what's happening. And I can see the index.html pages working fine. So I can see the static web page from S3 bucket, static web page works fine, and I can see the logo as well. Now let me go and try to access one of the objects within the bucket. I'll take only the AWS logo. I'm going to use the links direct, aws.logo.png, and let's see what's happening. And that works fine also. Now, as a third step, let's go and try to see if, what happens if I'm trying to access a page which does not exist. So I'm just trying to put in testpage.html. And we are getting this page does not exist. Why? It does come from this is coming in from the error.html output. So we have set up a simple static website using the S3 buckets on the AWS platform. Thank you very much for watching this session, and I'll see you in the next session.